Welcome to the Lion's Path. My name is Robert Lyon. Um, my hair's a little crazy today, but we'll get through this. Okay, so before you can really even dive into self mastery or changing your life, before someone even cares about mastering themselves, there has to be a spark, a moment, a decision, a shift inside that says, I can't keep living like this. Something has to change. I have hit rock bottom more times than I can count. I have always bounced back, though. I've rebuilt stronger, better, and I've learned most from my failures. I think it's a Tony Robbins quote where he says, when you succeed, you party, but when you fail, you ponder. And there's so much value in that little note because pondering is where most of our greatest insights come from. It's where we turn everything around. You know, the day you turn yourself around can be today. Today can be the day that you really try, the day that you really push yourself, depending on where you are. But essentially, before we get into changing your life or doing anything, you have to want to change, right? I can't install the want to be better. As you may or may not know, I am a aggressive day trader, a high stakes day trader. Every day, I battle the markets to make money, and most of my improvements have come when I have gotten to the point of being absolutely disgusted with myself. With my trading, I've lost a lot of money. I've made dumb trades. And it's the same thing with life. You know, like whenever I hit rock bottom, I had to do better because there was nowhere else for me to go. I had nothing to lose and I had to turn it all around. And basically, when it's time for you to start changing and start doing better, the universe is first going to whisper. And if you ignore it, the universe is going to start yelling. So you can either choose to start to improve your life now from pain or from vision, right? You can be so sick of where you are that you want to change your life and you can envision, or you can vision and it can pull you, right? A big part of really self-awareness is also what motivates you. And sometimes it takes different things to motivate you to change. Sometimes in order for me to take action, I have to piss myself off to the point where I hate everything and the only thing I can do is do work, right? Or sometimes I get so motivated because I'm so depressed that the only thing that's going to get me up and going is the fact that I would rather work than feel depressed, right? So you really have to figure out what it is that motivates you, right? Some people are super motivated by other people pushing them and giving them positive words. Some people are motivated because they want the status. They want to show everybody how good they are now, right? Compared to where they were. So you got to find a few things. Number one, you got to figure out, are you going to wait until your life gets so shitty that you have nothing else to change? Or are you going to motivate yourself and find ways to motivate yourself and push yourself to create the vision that you know that you can do? Either one of them is fine, but the painful version is horrible. I would prefer you create the vision now and you work relentlessly to achieve your goals so you don't have to hit rock bottom. So you don't have to have those moments where life kicks your ass to the absolute oblivion and you have to do better. I would rather you choose now to become successful. Choose now to be better. Choose now to commit to making the decision to improve your life, to finding that spark. There's always a breaking point, a moment when comfort becomes suffering. Transformation doesn't have to just start with discipline or routine. It starts with a decision. Okay, so make the decision now that you are going to improve your life, that you are going to change. All right, so number one is either pain or vision. Number two, discontent is actually a gift. Frustration, boredom, burnout, or emptiness are actually signals, not problems. See, people feel stuck because they know they're capable of more, but their habits don't match, or their life is on autopilot. See, we are creatures of habit, meaning we brush our teeth the same, we put our shoes on the same, we drive the same route to work, we eat the same food, we do the same thing over and over, unless we disrupt ourselves. And most people don't like to disrupt themselves, especially if they get older. These habits become ingrained because our mind wants to choose the easiest path, and the easiest path is when the neurons form the path and you do it over and over and over and over until it becomes a habit. How many times have you driven on a road and then just came to and realized you've arrived at your house or you've arrived at the place that you go all the time or your work? It's because your mind is so focused that it can take it easy that it doesn't like to be disrupted. It doesn't like to change its patterns, and that's dangerous. That's how you get stuck. That's how you park your car in life and you never get to reach your full potential. You have to learn how to be okay with discomfort. Embrace the discomfort. And there's also people that are living by accident not intention. Sometimes you end up in relationships by accident, not because you want to be. Sometimes you end up in states where you live by accident, not by intention. Sometimes you have jobs by accident, not by intention. This is not going to fulfill you. This is not going to get you where you want to go. Very rarely, maybe you'll get lucky, but for the most part, if you live by accident instead of intention, you will live a sad, basic life. And that's not what I want for you. That's not what this program is about. Number 3, you have to have an honest moment with yourself. And you have to admit sometimes that you are not who you want to be, that you are wasting your time, your talent, and your potential. You have been lying to yourself. You've not been listening to the whispers, and it's starting to yell. Or maybe there's just a voice inside you that knows there's more for you. So you have to have an honest moment. And I'm going to hit you with a challenge here. If you died today, would you be proud of the way you've been living? All right, number 4. Choice versus momentum. Most people are not living, they are drifting. Self-mastery starts when someone stops drifting and says, I choose from now on, I'm in the driver's seat. It's time for you to take back the authorship of your life. Imagine that you are the author of your story, and this is the moment that you start training. This is the moment you start to break away from the nonsense. This is the moment you take control of your life and you pick the direction that you want to head. And a lot of people get lost in the huge goal, when in reality, all it takes is one step in the right direction, followed by another step, followed by another step, followed by another step, and you will get there. Time for you to leave the autopilot mode and start to steer your ship in the right direction. You can always begin moving from reacting to creating, and that's what this is all about. This is about creating the life of your dreams, the life you've always wanted. Number 5, identity shift. Not just a behavior. Change begins before you go to the gym, before you start journaling, before you start the diet. It begins with, I'm done being this version of myself. I'm done being this version of me. This is important because you can create a new identity. It's very, very possible. It's very, very powerful. I do it all the time. Learn to be like water, my friends. This is the moment someone stops defending their limitations and starts claiming their future self. Number 6, the inner war. Before you master habits, you have to confront your excuses, your old story, your comfort addiction, your fear of failure, or judgment. Everyone wants to change their life until they realize it requires changing themselves. Number 7, decisions over motivation. You don't need hype, motivation, a perfect plan. You need to make a decision. You need to commit to that decision. You need to take responsibility for your life. A decision says, I'm willing to face discomfort. I'd rather grow than stay safe, and I'm done waiting for someone to rescue me. No one is coming to rescue you. Lean in to self-mastery. Once you make that internal decision that you are ready to evolve, that's when the journey to self-mastery begins. Because wanting change isn't enough. You have to become the kind of person who can lead yourself. So I hope that gave you clarity on the mindset you have to have before you can even go into self-mastery, before you can even go into changing your life. You have to be committed to making a change. And I can't do this for you. You have to do this. And again, you can either do it by vision or pain. Choice is up to you. I would prefer you choose vision. I would prefer you not have to go through the pain that I've gone through. You can always learn from other people's mistakes. You can always learn from others, and you can do it either the hard way or the right way. Right? And the right way is start now. Make a decision. Commit to change your life and to take this serious. And today can be the day that you turn everything around. All right. I'll talk to you in the next one.